Have you ever tried taking a close-up photo of a flower or a bug, only to get a blurry mess or end up casting a shadow over your shot? Well, Google might have found a clever way to fix that with the upcoming Pixel 10, according to a recent leak. The Pixel 10 could bring a new camera trick that uses the phone's telephoto lens to take better macro photos, and that could mean sharper, clearer close-ups than ever before. Normally, phones use the ultra-wide camera for macro shots because it can focus at very short distances, but that often leads to lighting problems since the phone needs to be so close to the subject. With Google's new approach, the Pixel 10 might switch to using the telephoto lens when you're shooting something up close. This method, known as tele-macro photography, allows you to stand farther back while still capturing detailed shots of tiny things like flowers or insects. The benefit here is simple: better lighting, less chance of scaring off a subject like a butterfly, and overall, a cleaner and easier shooting experience. Samsung briefly tried this with the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Oppo, and OnePlus are also experimenting with similar features. But Google seems to be taking it one step further by combining both the telephoto and ultra-wide cameras to get the best result depending on how close you are to your subject. So if you're super close, it might still use the ultra-wide lens. But if you're a bit farther away, the Pixel 10 could automatically switch to the telephoto lens. That kind of smart camera switching could make macro photography feel smoother and more natural without having to think about which mode to pick. On the current Pixel 9 Pro, Google used a 48 megapixels ultra-wide lens for macro focus. The idea of switching to the telephoto lens could make a noticeable difference because telephoto lenses usually have better optics and zoom performance, which means more clarity and more detail in your shots. Plus, by not needing to physically get so close to the subject, you're less likely to block your own light or create harsh shadows, which is something that often ruins macro shots. This change could be part of a broader camera upgrade for the Pixel 10 series. While nothing is official yet, Google is rumored to launch the Pixel 10 phones on August 20th, with all models possibly available by August 28th. That's about a week later than the Pixel 9 launch, but if it means better features. Across all models, most people probably won't mind the short delay. Google might also offer new color choices this time around. The regular Pixel 10 is said to come in Ultra Blue, Limoncello, Iris, and Midnight, while the Pro and Pro XL might show up in Sterling Gray, Light Porcelain, Midnight, and Smoky Green. What if Samsung gave you most of the Galaxy S25 features, but for a much lower price? Well, that's exactly what fans are hoping for with the upcoming Galaxy S25 FE. And based on what's happening behind the scenes, it looks like Samsung is getting ready to release it very soon. So here's what we know so far. Samsung already launched the Galaxy S25 Edge, a sleek and powerful phone. But now, the company is working on the more budget-friendly model in the series, the Galaxy S25 FE, and we just got a strong sign that its launch is getting close. A new software build for the Galaxy S25 FE was just spotted in South Korea. Before that, another version appeared in the United States. This means Samsung has started preparing the phone's firmware for different regions, and when firmware testing spreads like this, it usually means a device is close to being finished. In South Korea, the model is listed as SMS731K, while the US version is SMS731U. These model numbers line up with how Samsung usually names its Fan Edition phones. And here's something else. This phone will likely run Android 16 with one UI 8 right out of the box. That would make it one of the first Samsung phones to come with Android 16 at launch. Samsung has been pretty consistent with its Fan Edition phones, except for 2021, when they skipped one. Since then, they've released one every year. These phones give users solid performance, nice displays, and good cameras, all without the high flagship prices. The Galaxy S20 FE 5G, for example, was a massive hit. People loved that it gave them flagship-like features without breaking the bank. That's why the S25 FE is getting so much attention. It could be the next great value phone in the Galaxy lineup. Now, let's talk about what the S25 FE might offer in terms of hardware. Leaks suggest that the phone could come with the Exynos 2400 processor. This is the same chip used in some of Samsung's flagship phones, and it was even spotted in testing on the Geekbench platform, so performance should be more than enough for everyday tasks and even gaming. On the camera side, the Galaxy S25 FE might feature 50-megapixel main camera, along with a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens and an 8-megapixel telephoto sensor. That's a pretty good setup for a phone that's expected to be more affordable. For selfies, it could use a 12-megapixel front camera, the same as the Galaxy A56. That's a decent upgrade compared to many budget phones that still use lower-resolution front cameras. Samsung hasn't officially confirmed anything yet.
Have you ever wondered why a phone that's already launched worldwide is still missing in the US? That's exactly what's going on with Samsung's Galaxy A56. While the rest of the world has had this phone in their hands for nearly 3 months, US buyers are still waiting. But now, it looks like that wait could finally be coming to an end. Let's unpack what's happening. The Galaxy A56 made its global debut back in March. It offers a strong balance of price and performance, enough to make people really excited. But here in the US, Samsung only released the cheaper Galaxy A36 so far. The more powerful A56, nowhere to be found. Until now. A new clue has surfaced that shows Samsung hasn't forgotten about the US launch. Samsung's official firmware tracker just revealed something interesting. The company is actively working on the software for the US version of the Galaxy A56. That's for model number A56 US. In plain terms, this means the phone is still coming to the US. Samsung's just taking its time. Why the delay? It might be because of what the Galaxy A56 brings to the table. Let's talk about what makes this phone special. It comes with a 6.6-inch AMOLED screen that runs at 120 Hz, so scrolling and animations feel super smooth. It uses Samsung's Exynos 1480 processor, which has advanced micro devices graphics. That's a big deal, because it brings much better gaming and graphics performance than other phones in this price range. You also get a 50-megapixel main camera, a 5,000 mAh battery, and fast charging support. On top of that, Samsung is promising 4 major Android updates and 5 years of security patches. That's the kind of long-term support you usually see in higher-end phones. And here's the part that might be causing some issues inside Samsung's own lineup: the price. Globally, the Galaxy A56 is priced around $499 US. That's the same price area where Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S24 FE is expected to land. So if the A56 gives you strong performance, great visuals, and long-term support for less money, it could actually take away sales from the more expensive phones. This could explain why Samsung is being cautious with the US launch. But with the new firmware showing up, it's clear that Samsung is getting closer to bringing the A56 to the US. It's just not moving fast. The company still hasn't given us an official release date, but software development like this usually happens just weeks or months before a launch. So if you've been waiting to upgrade and this phone is on your radar, you might not have to wait much longer. Now, what's interesting is how different Samsung's strategy is this time. Usually their A-series phones roll out to the US shortly, after the global release, but this time, it's been radio silence, no ads, no teasers, no real updates.